Your account uses strong multi-factor authentication. Then someone asks support to replace those factors using a phone number, a few personal facts, or a convincing story. If recovery can issue new keys with weaker proof than normal login, it becomes the real security perimeter. In this CipherVibe episode, we will model account recovery as a security-critical workflow. A completely local simulation compares weak and strong recovery attempts, checks pre-established evidence, adds rate limits and cooling-off delays, notifies trusted channels, and revokes old sessions after a legitimate recovery. Account recovery is not merely a password screen. It can restore control when the registered authenticators are unavailable and allow new ones to be bound. That makes it unusually powerful. The recovery decision must be treated with assurance appropriate to the account and the consequences of getting it wrong. Picture a steel front door protected by a passkey and device-bound authentication, next to a side door opened by an email address or familiar-sounding caller. Attackers choose the cheaper path. Measure recovery assurance separately from sign-in assurance, then close any gap between them. NIST recognizes recovery codes, recovery contacts, and repeated identity proofing as general recovery methods. For accounts that can authenticate at assurance level 2, its current guidance requires either 2 recovery codes obtained through different methods, 1 recovery code plus a bound authenticator, or repeated identity proofing. The principle is independence, not convenience alone. The lab uses the fictional identity Alex and 3 pre-computed recovery attempts. It contains no real password, one-time code, phone number, mailbox, carrier identity provider, or help desk. The simulator only moves between deny, delay, review, recovered, and revoked states based on synthetic evidence. Attempt Rec. 201 claims an urgent deadline and supplies public personal facts. The simulated caller identity also appears familiar. None of that proves control of a pre-established recovery method. The system returns the same generic response it would for any account, records the attempt, and denies the reset. Attempt Rec. 202 controls 1 recovery channel, but no bound authenticator, saved recovery code, or second independent method is available. The workflow does not immediately replace MFA. It applies a cooling-off delay, notifies previously trusted destinations, and limits repeated attempts while offering a governed review path. Attempt Rec. 203 presents a valid, saved recovery code and successfully uses an authenticator already bound to the fictional account. Both existed before the recovery event. The code is throttled, stored only as a hash, invalidated after use, and replaced. The workflow can now permit controlled recovery. 2 prompts are not 2 gates if they depend on the same compromised mailbox, phone account, device, or support process. Map the real dependency behind each signal. Stronger recovery combines independently controlled evidence, such as an offline saved code with a still-bound authenticator, or appropriately repeated identity proofing. Recovery is infrequent, so it can reasonably be less convenient than sign-in. For risky cases, delay new factor activation and sensitive actions. Notify established channels that were not just changed during the request. Provide clear instructions for rejecting the event and route repudiated recovery into containment. Use generic responses so the workflow does not reveal whether an account exists. Throttle recovery code verification and repeated requests. Add risk-based limits for device, network, account, and support queues without creating permanent lockout abuse. Log decisions and reason codes, but never place recovery secrets in logs. Privileged and high-value accounts need stronger recovery. Require independent review, verified escalation channels, and evidence appropriate to the original enrollment. Protect break glass identities separately, limit their use, monitor every event, and test recovery before an emergency. Help desk discretion should not silently lower assurance. After successful recovery, invalidate lost or replaced authenticators, revoke existing sessions and refresh tokens as policy requires, and review recent activity. Notify the owner through established destinations. Require deliberate re-enrollment and consider restricting sensitive changes until the recovery event has aged safely. Recovery security degrades when old phone numbers, forgotten mailboxes, and outdated contacts remain trusted. Let users review recovery methods while authenticated, verify new addresses before use, notify existing destinations of changes, and prevent a newly added channel from immediately becoming the sole recovery authority. Identity evidence, contact addresses, device signals, and support recordings can create privacy and breach risk. Collect only what the recovery policy needs, restrict access, define retention and deletion, separate secrets from observability, and document human review. Strong recovery should not require indefinite storage of sensitive evidence. Test with synthetic accounts and pre-computed scenarios. Verify that weak evidence cannot replace stronger factors. Account enumeration is suppressed, throttling works, delays cannot be skipped, Notifications reach established channels. Repudiation contains the event. And sessions are truly revoked after recovery. Measure false denials as well as unsafe approvals. This week, diagram every path that can reset a password, replace MFA, add a passkey, or restore a locked account. Identify the weakest evidence and shared dependencies. Then add independent proof, throttling, trusted notification, cooling off controls, and post-recovery revocation. Your front door is only as strong as the way back in.